What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. My name's Elizabeth, and this is The Joyful Sojourn, a community of people that love planners and stationery and doing things creatively on paper. And if that sounds like something you'd want to be a part of, I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel. Today, we are doing a creative list. I showed my first creative list video last week. Went over pretty well. You guys seem to like more of the creative play, so I am going to try to do this more frequently. Creative listing is something that I learned from Lael over at Lael by Mail. So as much as I can remember to give her a shout out, she, I think, is the queen of listing, creative listing. And I've kind of adapted her style, well, her idea to my style in an Archer and Olive notebook. And so if you want like a massive list and hours of content on creative listing, Lael is the gal to see, but I am hoping to do more creative listing on my channel. So today we are creating a list. And as I said in my first creative listing video, this is an Archer and Olive notebook. This has a beautiful lotus flower design on it. This was in the Rest and Renew box, which is still available on their website. It's a self-care box. So it comes with one journal. It comes with journaling prompts. It comes with, were there stamps? Yeah, stamps, all kinds of things in that box. And I just think this A5 journal is so pretty. It's a beautiful peacock color, and it's perfect for my lists. And so this month is my birthday month. I'm turning 42. And so I set this up to be a listing book to run through the end of the year. And I'm going to do all kinds of different lists in here just to capture moments in time and memories and to journal in list and creative format. But this month, all of my lists are centered around me because it's my birthday month. And so videos I'm hoping to have up in the month of June include like reflecting on my 41 years, or maybe the last year, what has happened in year 41, and then my hopes for 42. Today's list is going to be a fun one, and I'm trying not to take too much time in this, but I want to set up no, I'm getting older. So signs that are the signs that I'm seeing that are telling me that I am getting older. And I had one page here that I set for 10 good things I like about me. And we're going to put it on the other side, the signs I'm getting older. And that's what our creative list is. And that's what I'm just loving about listing is it's a really simple prompt. Like anything you could think of could be a list opportunity. And I just think it's just a fun way to do memory keeping and to write things down. But if you really don't want to write a ton, like complete sentences, you don't have to do that because it's a list. It can be as brief and succinct as you want it to be. Now, I did some stamping over here with the splatter. I love it. But I'm short on time and I want to see if I can get this done in like 45 minutes or less. So I picked up, so I have stamps, of course. These are Lael by Mail stamps. I'm a recent affiliate of hers, which means I have a discount code. So if you are shopping the Lael by Mail website, Joyful10, I'll save you 10%. And I'll leave my affiliate link in the description box. But one of my favorite stamp sets that I've been pulling out frequently is this one called Grateful. And it just has a lot of positive like phrases, and there's some functional in here as well, like this month, this week, today. But this to me is like the stamp set that I want for this month with my kind of reflections and hopes for the new year in my life. So she's got one that I think I ordered recently and it hasn't arrived yet. But it was more negative, like ugh, and like nope, not negative, but just like the opposite of grateful. No, not the opposite. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but she's got a bunch of fun stamp sets like this that are super functional, and I love the mix of fonts. So we'll probably use this today, but we're not going to do as much stamping, I don't think, because of time. I grabbed this guy. So this is from, is it 49th? 49 and Market. These are blendable rub-on transfers. Already, I've tested these out, and I don't like them nearly as much as the Cocoa Daisy ones. So rub-on transfers are great because they literally are transferring paint. I mean, I don't know what the material is, but it feels like you're painting on the paper, which means it's not adding bulk. It does not have this, sticking up experience that stickers do. When you know, when you lay a sticker down, especially if it's not washi material, if it's like a paper sticker, they tend to, you know, they raise up on the paper. Oh my gosh, words, you guys. I think in my desire to move quickly, I'm not speaking clearly. Rub-on transfers are super flat, so they are great on papers that are thinner, like your Tomoe River paper, like any journal or notebook that you have that is more like that Bible thin paper. Rub-on transfers are great because they won't add any bulk to the spine. Now, I don't have that concern with the Archer and Olive notebook, but I do want to skip doing all the splatter on this side, and I was hoping that these colors in this Rub-On Transfer set might be a good match, and I think it's good enough. So I got this guy, the 49 and Market Rub-On Transfers, I think from Hero Arts, or was it scrapbook.com? I don't remember. One of those two places. I think Lael also has these, and you can see I have already used some, but I thought this would be a nice one to play with because it has a lot of like texture and stuff. So it's not going to be an exact match, but we're going to replicate some of that splatter on the other side. And I'm thinking, I mean, I really think these are pretty. But what I was saying about the 49 and Market is the Cocoa Daisy ones are, to me, completely flawless on paper. These ones aren't as good, in my opinion. And so we'll see how far we get with them. But today the list, again, is signs I know I'm getting older or something like that. Just because I think it's funny. And I've seen a bunch of reels, like, for people in their 40s, like the elder millennials. Like, you know, oh, I go to bed at 8 o'clock, or I'm happy when plans are canceled. Those are actually ones I should include. I'm happy when my plans get canceled. You know, that kind of stuff. So that's what this one's going to be. It's going to be a fun, I know I'm getting older thing. And I know I want a header. I have not tried stamping on this particular brand's Rub-On Transfers, but I do think we should try it. So with Rub-On Transfers, you've got this like paint on a clear sheet, and this guy is just protecting it because as soon as you lay it down and apply pressure, the image is going to transfer from this acetate down to your paper. So you always want to keep it protected so you don't, you know, transfer something down that you're not quite ready to transfer. So I'm going to, I wonder if we could use one of these dots or one of the rings as like my header. And actually I'm going to cut all this out. Try to keep your backing. I know people will staple their acetate down to make sure it doesn't separate from the guy, separate from the paper. Now I could just put this whole thing down. And what's cool about listing is like you can do it. Here I did pretty formal with the columns, but I don't have to do that. I could just kind of go around things. So I'm just going to do this. I'm going to lay the whole thing down. Now, you're not always going to get it to transfer from the acetate to the paper just by pressing it. So this is where you're going to want a pressing tool. A lot of these kits are going to come with popsicle sticks so that you can actually like press. I'm going to use my handy dandy bone, which I keep in here. This is a Maple and Lark activity bin. I love these. I have a ton of them. I have a discount code for Maple and Lark as well, but these have been such a game changer for how I organize, and these bliss bins, how I organize a lot of my supplies that I want to take from my office to my house. So I'm just going to take my bone and scrape this down, and this is going to, by rubbing on, transfer to my paper. And I just love how much room we have to play with creative listing as a method for journaling, because again, I said this in last week's video. Yeah, the the 49 and Market feels a little bit, just a little bit raised versus the Cocoa Daisy. But see how the image is now gone off of this? It's because I pressed it down onto here. So just in case you're new, I want to make sure that you get the point of the Revlon transfers, because they might be a little bit confusing to you. And actually, if we really want to differentiate this side from this side, but be cohesive, but like not like I'm trying to replicate it, let's do all the circles and keep them all together, because I think that's kind of fun. So we're gonna cut this guy out. Oh, what was I saying? Oh, so yeah, since having my daughter, my hands just, they cramp up so quickly when I do a lot of writing. And I love this idea because I enjoy doing things creatively. I think it's really important that we engage in creative play. It's something I always talk about. Like, it's so important. It feels so good. Like sitting out here in my office, I'm not thinking about all the things that I need to do in the house. I'm not thinking about the dishes in the sink. And it just allows me to just pause in the silence and play. And it feels so good. But I also want the experience of journaling, and I want to do memory keeping. Now I can see here it's lifting up with it. It's not transferred successfully. So you just got to keep pressing until it gets all transferred over. So creative listing is nice because it actually puts more of an emphasis on the creative play part, and then releases you from the pressure of like doing a ton of writing if you don't want to. If you want to write a lot, you can, but I would much rather spend time creating a fun spread than writing sentences and sentences and sentences. And so this gives me the creative play with a location to do the writing, and I can write as much or as little as I want. That definitely was tricky coming down. You know what? I think I got these at Lail by Mail too. Yeah, I think this was in the same order with some recent stamps I got. So if you like this aesthetic, definitely get this set from Lail by Mail. Pretty sure that's where I got this from. I just wish that they laid more flat, in my opinion. I think it would be prettier. So yeah, I can write as much or as little as I want, depending on how my wrist is feeling. Now, some of these like little guys, I think we should just use them, just so that whatever remaining piece I have left isn't too awkward, because it's going to have to go back in the packaging. And then we do have some fun Patience. That's actually kind of, oh, and this one's called 49 Market. This is the Flower Emporium Blendable Rub-On Transfers by Vicky Boutine. Synonyms. Not that you really need to be able to see what it says, but I'm just wondering. Patience. I mean, it's not a bad idea to have a little bit of text about patience with my signs I'm getting older. So let's include it. Because why not? And I'm going to see how well it layers. So let's just put this guy down here. I know the Cocoa Daisy ones layer beautifully, but let's see how this one does. Now with this one, I'm okay if it's a little, yeah, it's almost like this one versus the Cocoa Daisy. It's almost like you can see glue. Like whatever, like they add like an adhesive element to this, to these ones. It's hard to explain, but anybody who's tried the 49 and Market rub-on transfers, you probably know what I'm talking about, especially if you've tried the Cocoa Daisy ones. You just kind of feel something on it. Okay, but that kind of looks cool, so I'm not mad at that. Let's add this fun little dot. Let's just layer it like right here. And I get all the joy of like creating a page just for kicks, and then I can create whatever list I want. Although we have a strategy with this one. Ooh, that looks really nice. Ooh, I like that. I think we need to cool things down a little bit. We've got lots of warmth over here, so I'm going to add, oops, let's maybe go right here. And then I'll do maybe a little bit of stamping up at the top. And depending on how much time we have, I will write down my list in this video. Last week I did turning points, like the major turning points in my life, and I didn't have time to write in it. I kind of did it off camera, but I filmed it as a reel. So if you wanted to see the after of my turning points video from last week, I have it on Instagram, and then I did upload it as a short as well here on YouTube, so you can see that. The one major turning point not listed that really should have gone in place of quitting my job was starting my Instagram account in 2020. That was a huge turning point. Totally set my life on a different trajectory, which ultimately led to me quitting my job. So yeah, I kind of missed the boat on that, and I want to figure out how I can maybe fix that. Yeah, how I can somehow add that to the page. Do we want to add a little bit of green maybe, just to bring the green from down here? I think we should. So I'm going to cut this guy out. I've been storing my leftover rub-on transfers, like these spare pieces, in another Maple and Lark bin, which I can show you guys in a moment. But yeah, still trying to figure out how to store some of the new supplies that I have. It's so easy to store stickers, but when you start getting into like the ephemera and the rub-on transfers and stamps and inks and all that kind of stuff, it's like, oh, it's a whole new ball game. I will say though, sneaky peek for those who are watching this video, I filmed a sticker sheet storage video. And so I show all the different types of albums I use for different types of things, including some Cocoa Daisy and some of the sticker kits I've picked up recently. So that video is done, it's uploaded, and I think it's going to go live next week. So stay tuned if you've been wondering or been looking for some sticker storage solutions. I got you, boo. Let's add this little bubble here. Okay, now I need a header, and I kind of want it to be signs I'm getting older. Like, I'm getting older. Oh, I think I wanted to do one more circle. Let's do pink. I wonder if I could get these bubbles out of the center. Although now we're kind of committed because these ones still have their ones in the center. We could do a little bit of layering. Want to leave room for my header. Signs I'm getting older. I know I'm getting older. Do I just put getting older? Maybe I do a word and then getting older. Let me look at this guy. So, I mean, grateful and getting old. Today I'm grateful for, and then I could put getting older, because I am grateful for getting older. Thankful, grateful. Joy is the simplest for our best day ever. Gratitude is the ability to experience life as a gift. I kind of really like that. What if we did that one? Okay, hold on. We got to reset. I'm going to gather all these guys. And actually, I think it's time to get rid of this packaging. I'm going to throw that. And let me show you where I've got my rub-on transfers right now. This is a medium-size Bliss bin. And it's just been easy to keep them in here. It does take a little bit of work to find what you're looking for because I do have them just kind of thrown in here, but I've got all kinds of rub-on transfers here. And I really want to downsize this. Let's see if my large Hero Arts envelope will fit in here. I think it will. So I'm going to, some of you that are long-term rub-on transfer users are going to be shaking in your boots because I'm going to just throw these in here pretty willy-nilly. And just trust that they will stay together. These are stickier than the Cocoa Daisy, so I feel like they'll stay together. I wonder if I could just, I'll just do that. I feel like the paper will stay on the back of the acetate. I cannot say that to be true for the Cocoa Daisy ones. And I'm going to go ahead and just cut this like this. And throw these guys in here. Hopefully those fit. All right. And throw this in here. I'm going to keep this out actually just in case we want to add more spots. But oh, and these are fun. I know somebody's going to ask. But the packaging is both fun and difficult, but these are Alpha rub-on transfers. Mr. Swishy and Farmhouse. Yeah, very fun. Actually, we could use some of these. Let's do it. Let's grab, while I'm here, I'm going to date this because I know that I will probably do another one of these for next year. This is meant to capture a moment in time. So, ooh, these are nice. We've got our numbers. Let's see, 2020. This is what's tricky about the packaging on this is like, I feel like it doesn't really make a lot of sense having them on flips like this. So 2020. And then like, how am I going to get this like individual number, you know? How do I get the 5? This is where things get super dodgy. Let's use smaller scissors. I wasn't planning on doing this, so I feel ill-prepared. But yeah, I love these flip books, and I love the fonts, and I love that they're all black rub-on transfers, but they're super impractical with the way that they're packaged. So those are $49 in Market. Okay, so we got 5 kind of hiding under here. I'm not sure where I want the June 2025 to go. So we're going to set it aside. Okay, so what I was going to do, let's go back here. We're going to grab the gratitude is the ability to experience life as a gift. I truly believe that all of the things I'm going to write down about getting older, they're not complaints. I mean, I don't enjoy them. I don't enjoy all of them, but they are a sign that I'm getting older, and I'm thankful for getting older because it means I'm still alive, and I praise God for that. And when I die, I praise God for that too. I'm not afraid of dying. I know where I'm going. I'll be reunited with my dad, and that's bloomin' awesome. So I just, yeah. These signs of getting older is just, you know, witness to like all that I've lived and experienced in life. So no complaints here. Let's zoom in. Gratitude is the ability to experience life as a gift. Oh, you know what we didn't do? Ooh, but it still turned out relatively okay. Always use a pencil board. If you're going to be stamping, love, love, love. This is a pencil board from Layo by Mail. And whenever you're using a book like this where you can't take pages off, it's just nice to have a flat surface underneath so that you've got something nice and sturdy to stamp on. Grab some wipes just to wipe this off and let this guy dry. Now, how did I say it? I was going to use the little things. Good things. No, that's not it. I want to remember this. Joy is the simplest form of gratitude. No. Where is it? There was a long one. Oh, today I'm grateful for. That's what I was going to do. Today I'm grateful for. And then I will put getting old, maybe. Let's see if this will fit on here. Today I'm grateful for. Yep. I like that. My default black ink is the VersaFine pigment ink. It's just the one I always go to. I just like how nice of a crisp impression it leaves. I like the blackness of it, and I like how it performs. It performs lovely in my planners and notebooks. So we got our board down, so that's good. Let's zoom in. Today I'm grateful for, and then we're gonna say getting old. Now, do I want to stamp that or just use a pen? Maybe I just use a pen. Or I could spell out, I could write getting in like my writing and then old. And we'll write down all of the ways I feel like I'm getting old. I know my average viewer is a little bit older, and so I know you guys are probably cracking up at me saying I'm getting old at 42, but there is, hopefully you remember, there is a significant jump that I felt going from 30 to 40. I know who I am much better in my 40s than I did in my 30s, but there's a significant jump that happens physically as well. Yeah, I just feel the age in a very real way physically. Okay, so I need, let me grab, should we do some like skinny? Yes. So this font is Carrie Bradford Studio. Wait, we have our, let me see the size difference between these and the Archer and Olive ones. If you are subscribed to the seasonal set box from Archer and Olive, you're about to get some alphas. Ooh, these are nice, but I want something a little bit bigger. So I'm going to skip the Archer and Olive ones and do these ones. So this is Carrie Bradford Studio number 0273, District Upper. We're going to use District Upper. And I'll lay the word old down. And then, depending on how old fits, I'll be able to size properly the getting part. Getting old. Now, technically, the title of this page should be Signs I'm Getting Older, but I know that is what this list is, so I don't feel like it needs to be said explicitly. But if you're someone that likes to have it very clear, then obviously your title should be Signs I'm Getting Older. But I kind of like, those are almost a little too tall. I wonder if I should use something fatter. Do I have a fatter font? Yes. And are these shorter? They are. Okay, swapping things out. Switching fonts here. So this is Carrie Bradford Studio again, 0312 Max, and this is Max Outline. And I think we're gonna go with Max, not the outlined one. So it is super bold, because the big bold old will pay homage to the 10 over here. So they're not the same lists, but they face each other. So I want them to be, I'm going to be consistent like this with all of my lists. If I only need one page for a list, I'm still going to make sure that whatever list is on the other side is designed in a way that isn't completely a clash with the other side. You don't have to do that, but that's just me being old. So this is what you got to remember with laying your stamps down on your block. Everything's going to be in reverse. Old. Yep. That's better. I like that. I'm grateful. Today I'm grateful for getting old. Okay. Y'all let me know if you're enjoying the idea of me doing like a creative list every week. I'm going to try to do it every week. Summer schedule is a bit up in the air because I don't have as much time in the summer because Esther, we don't have the same kind of summer setup for her or daycare setup for her in the summer. So we're going to put old here and press down and lift up. Today, I'm grateful for old. I'm grateful for old. Now, I wonder if I should stamp out getting, find like my smallest font, or if I should write it like I said I was going to do. Kind of thinking I should stamp it. Cool thing about stamping is you can kind of like play around with where things lay down. Whereas if I just go for it with a pen, I'm always worried I'm gonna run out of space. Curious. This is where I just love all the layers. This is the In the Box 2 set from Layout by Mail. I'm just checking to see if this skinny box, I don't think that's gonna fit. I know I do have a really small font here. Like, those are all caps though. Those are too tall. I think that might be my smallest. Oh, unless I use the little typewriter ones from Layout by Mail. This is called Poe. Got too many things here. So getting, I don't know if I want it to be all caps. think I like the size of this. I don't know how the typewriter font is going to match with, maybe we do lowercase. We're going to do getting lowercase. And for these little guys, I'm going to use one of these little blocks. This is also Layout by Mail. And the other thing we might use by Layout by Mail, because we're on a kick right now, is I just got this set. This is the List Builder, Bullets and More. And so these will fit on the stamping stylus and one of these blocks. So I could use these little guys for my list. So let's set that aside. And actually, let's go back to this. See, another list bin here. This is the small size. This is the one where I have like little icons, and then I have my stylus. If we decide to use that. And these sit up on my shelf, like side by side. I have a Billy bookshelf with doors on it from IKEA. And yeah, these like are separated like that. Someday I'll do an office tour, but I'm always like insecure about how messy it is. And so it never seems good enough to show you guys. But I know some of you are like, just show it already. We don't care, just show it. I hear you. I know you don't care, but I do. Okay, these are so small. We might want to use the stylus. So what's cool about this is if you've got really small stamps, and I started peeling this off until Lael said the reason that this sticker is on here is so that you always know like how the stamp is positioned, like use the squirrel as a marker. And now I'm trying to get the thing back on, so it's not quite as straight. But should we do this guy, or kind of want to do the bigger one? I'm going to do the bigger one just because I'll be able to see it well, stamping from up above. I'm grateful for G. So this is going to be a little bit more laborious because I'm doing things individually. But this is the fun stuff, you know? Stick that guy on as centered as possible. Stamp it. Yeah, it's so nice. So because a lot of the creative things I do on camera, a lot of the creative things I do are on camera. Did I say that? Yeah, I don't have music playing. I don't have a show playing on my laptop. Like right now, you guys are, you know, watching me. But it's nice, like, when I take a moment and I stop talking, it's silence. You know? I like it. That's one of the many reasons why I choose not to edit my videos, because I would be tempted to add background music to the back of my video, like underneath it. I think people can be so uncomfortable with silence. And so, you know, adding a little bit of background music, I don't know, maybe makes it feel a little less awkward. But I think we should be comfortable with quiet and silence. Because in that silence, guys, we can hear so much better. So as long as I'm not editing my videos, there will not be background music. Just the sounds of me peeling stamps off of acetate. Okay. Today I'm grateful for getting old. It's a fun list, guys. Fun, fun, fun. Okay, so we need to write down some fun ways I can see that I am getting old. And I don't know how many I'm going to have, so I'm not going to stamp numbers yet. I'm going to write down the signs I'm getting older, and then however many there are, I will stamp after. Let's add the June 2025 on here with the rub-on transfer, though. Move this guy out of the way. Move my scissors out of the way. So I don't want to take up too much space with this. So let's make sure that we are, I mean, I could just kind of go in here or here. Let's go here. Make sure you cover up your ink pad so you don't slam your wrist into it. I do that all the time. I don't put the lid back on and then I get ink like all up on my forearm. Okay, we're gonna lay June. That came out pretty nice. And then we've got our two, 0, 2. Rub that on. Transfer to the page. And then our little 5. Close enough. Okay. Good. June 2025. So now we're going to write down signs I'm getting older. Well, I will say I do use the restroom more. So we're getting into the the details here. So if you don't want to know all the signs that I'm getting older, then you can stop watching at this point. They're not all bathroom related, don't worry. Let me make sure my pen is working proper. I need a notepad. I want to make sure I get the right flow. I want the right flow. That's brown. We don't want brown ink. Do a Sharpie. We can do Sharpie. Sharpie S-Gel. Okay, so this is where the fun starts flowing. Well, I pee more. So I'm just gonna put that. This is for me, guys, so I pee more. I definitely wake up and get out of bed feeling stiff in the mornings. Feel stiff. Feel more stiff in the AM. I care less about some things. Like, I don't experience FOMO in the same way that I used to, even a year ago. Like, fear of missing out. I just, if I miss out, it wasn't for me. So I'm going to put, I care less about FOMO. Care less about FOMO. General aches and pains. I mean, I guess that's different than feel stiff in the morning. General aches and pains. Some of these I'm like, how much is this related to getting older and how much of this is just I had a baby. But I had a baby older, so it's like I think they're kind of melding into each other. I have a lot of gray hairs. And I love them, honestly. So gray hairs gets an exclamation point because I'm not mad at that. I get a lot more gray hairs. I definitely have like sunspots, like aging spots on my cheeks. So I'll just put sunspots. Sunspots. Everything is loud to me. Like music is too loud. The TV's too loud. Everything is too loud. Much more sensitive to sound. Everything is too loud. It's so funny. When Esther was born, in her first 3 months, when she'd cry, didn't bother me. Not one bit. And now when she cries, like my husband and I did a flip-flop. Really upsetting to him when she was a newborn. But maybe it's because I'm a mom and, you just figure it out. But now when she cries, really bothers me. Like my ears, it feels so shrill in my ears, but it doesn't bother Josh. So we kind of traded spots there. And I was 39 when I had Esther. So there you go. It's getting into my 40s that did it. Everything is too loud. I love when plans are canceled. I don't trip on that stuff anymore. I love when plans are canceled. I always feel like I need a nap. But then I can't sleep if I try to take a nap. Always want a nap, but can't fall asleep. But can't take one. I will say, and this could be situational, and that's why I'm glad this says June 2025, but I have a hard time falling asleep. Like I'm starting to develop, maybe I'm developing insomnia. Am I an insomniac? I know that's like a clinical thing, so I'm probably not, but I don't know what's popular with music these days. That's another one. I'm just listening to music from the 90s and 2000s at this point. Don't know top 40. I've always been sensitive to like graphic violence in movies and shows, but I'm much more sensitive to it now. So more sensitive to violence on TV and movies. I hate plans like events and stuff that start after 6 p.m. Like when my bra is off, I'm not going back out. So, yeah. And I go to bed early, really early. Again, could be situational because I have a toddler and I'm in my 40s, but could also be because I'm getting older. So we'll put those down separately. I hate plans and events that start after 6 p.m. and I'm in bed earlier. Where would I put that? Let's see. Oh, and I have an early dinner. You know, they always talk about the like the senior what is it, sunset special at restaurants where, like, I guess it's technically happy hour for the young people, but you know, folks say that older folks go to dinner at like 4 p.m. That's me. I eat dinner early. Dinner, I'll just put dinner early. Dinner early. That's all I can think of for now. I'm sure there are other signs to me that I'm getting older, but I think, yeah. And part of me wonders if I'm like perimenopausal too. It's possible, guys. It's getting to be that time. Now, I wanted to be under 45 minutes, and we're at 51 minutes, but I also was able to write down my my actual responses, so that's kind of cool. Now, let's use some of these, or let's use one of these icons to kind of separate these out. This is something that Lael does with her lists, is she uses little icons to separate the list itself. And I want to uplift getting old. So I don't want like a thumbs down. I want it to be something that's, yeah, not necessarily a bad thing. So we could just use something simple like the hearts. Maybe we use the hearts. And I love that we've got 3 different styles of hearts. I could do the black just to bring in some more solid black. So again, this is the list builder. But let's do the solid black heart, because why not? Because why not? And this is where these little guys, this is where you want to use your stylus. I already put my stylus away. I didn't think I did. Oh, no, here it is. So this is such a nice grip because it feels just like a pen, but it's going to perfectly fit your mini icons. All right, let's just do it. And we didn't need to number them, just use the shape. And the way that I space this out, you know, I tried to kind of indent them at different places, so you get a little bit of movement here. I need my pencil board. I'm not going down very straight. There we go. Oh, yeah. And then just like that, I did something fun and creative today. That is a little bit of memory keeping. I'm logging kind of in this particular month. You know, things that I'm noticing are making me get older, or that are signs that I'm getting older. I'm going to add one more dot here, or heart here, so I can add another one. And I'll probably add another one down here too. So I'm just going to preemptively stamp it so it's like good to go. I could also do one right here. Yep. That's cute. And then now if I add 3 more, I don't have to come back and break out my stamps and my stylus because they already pre-stamped. But I do like the idea of writing your list first and then adding your numbers or your icons and stuff to set up the structure. Okay, friends. Well, I'll zoom out just a little bit. We are done. I think this is, well, you guys saw the turning points one last week. But we've created another list in my Archer and Olive notebook. This is such a fun way to use your notebooks. You guys, if you're collecting Archer and Olive notebooks like I am, please, please use them. They're meant to be used. You're not going to mess them up. Like, I'm basically destroying this thing with ink and rub-on transfers, but I'm having a lot of fun, like, actually filling the pages. So I hope that you will use the things, friends. Use all the things. So in the next couple weeks, you'll see my reflecting on year 41 and my hopes for year 42. We'll just keep going in this thing. I'm starting with a bunch of lists that are just about me, capturing moments in time right now. Yeah, I mean, places I've lived. So yeah, we'll keep going. And then once we get out of June, I'm going to do a much more kind of broad list, like what's happening now in the news, what's always in my HEB shopping cart. Like, it's just gonna be random stuff basically from May to December. So if you want to follow along my creative listing journey, I'm trying to try to post these on Fridays. We'll see. Do not quote me. I'm trying for Fridays. All right, friends. Layout by mail discount code is Joyful10. So glad that she has hooked me up with that so that you guys can get a discount on her website. And if you have any questions, leave them down below. Come hang out with me over on Instagram. My handle is The Joyful Sojourn. And until next time, friends, God bless you. God bless you and keep you. Do something creative today. Do not be afraid of getting older. Do not, because, I don't know, you'll just appreciate things more. And yeah, your life is important, and all of the things that you've experienced up until this point matter. I talk about this with my gray hair. Like, some people want to cover up their gray, and that's fine if that's what you want to do. But I feel like my gray hair is a badge of honor and representative of all of the life and the stresses and the things that I've gone through. So these signs of aging just show that I have lived a life well. And I hope that you will see that as you get older as well. I'll see you guys in my next video. Make sure you subscribe if you want to, and I'll see you then. Bye.